6 men are taking on a bizarre challenge. They all have a piece of beef tied to their heads. Then a mysterious monster appears. Only the last man standing can win $150,000, but the prize is not that easy to come by. Still joking, they realized something was wrong. The door to the cage was open. They were instantly stunned by what they saw. A huge monster appeared. It crawled out of the darkness. Dak's eyes widened as he realized it was a giant lizard. The men screamed in terror. 2 of them were so scared, they drop out of the race. The challenge had just begun and there were only 4 men left. While they were in a state of panic, the lizard stood up in its place and charged right at Dak.
Oh my God! Tell me you're okay!
This challenge is so exciting. Seeing Dak get bitten by the lizard. The remaining 3 men are so scared. Their pants are wet, but the challenge continues. The next moment, the giant lizard charges at Zane. He pulls his head back so he doesn't get attacked. But Bender, on his left, looks like he's ready to take the plunge. The lizard wobbles and crawls in front of him. The lizard licked him in the face with its tongue. He was so scared, he ducked his head in and gave up. At this point, only Shirley has survived. By the rules, he'd already won, but he wasn't satisfied with that. He was ready to challenge himself. As he watched, the lizard crawled towards him, but Sherry wasn't afraid. And then the next moment,
fucking D-brain lizard, you think I'm scared of you?
Shelly, man, you already won. Get out of there.
Where is it? Where is it?
oh my God, this is the kind of thing that amazes me and his friends. But Sherry didn't get the prize for winning the challenge. Bob, the organizer, told them they had to compete in the remaining 3 challenges to get the $150,000 for the winner. To win the next challenge, they'll have to work their asses off. The second event that greeted the men was a cross-country obstacle course. But before the challenge can begin, everyone started shoveling hot dogs into their mouths for the $150,000 for the winner. Even Zane did the unthinkable. Zane swallowed an entire hot dog in a matter of seconds. This bizarre maneuver stunned the others. Coming up on the second level of the obstacle course, they had to put bumper balls on their bodies and roll them down a dirt hill to the bottom. Dak just ate a hot dog and spit it out. After a fierce battle, they finally made it to the third obstacle course. They're all doing it differently in order to split the watermelon. They came to the 4th level. They knew that the curtain in front of them was electrified, but all of them went in anyway. They were all screaming from the electricity. Then they moved quickly through the mud, because the sooner they get there, the faster they can get their off-road vehicles. They're making trouble for the others on the way. After a long and arduous journey, they arrive at the next program site. They're greeted by 20 liters of drinks. They'll have to take their chances with the drinks. Whoever finishes it first can move on to the next level. After finishing all the levels on the water slides, they were able to hold on to their drinks. In the end, Bob won this time. The third challenge of the night, they went to the bar. Before they started, everyone had to drink a bottle of powerful laxatives. They had to find a dance partner and get her to buy them a drink. The last one to make it to the finals. The guys got up and started right away. Zane, with his good looks and humor, was the first to win the heart of a beautiful woman. And Dak, a doctor, found a partner with his professional massage techniques. But before he could dance, he felt his ass getting out of control.
Oh no.
He abandoned the competition and ran to the bathroom. Shelly, on the other hand, passed out when her boyfriend locked her in a chokehold for picking the wrong guy. Bob, on the other hand, could feel his ass gushing even while he was sitting down. Zane was dancing on the dance floor. He didn't realize what had happened just before he started dancing. He rushed to the toilet in frustration. This time it was Bender who won. At the end of the bar challenge, Sherry, who had passed out during the challenge, had a crazy idea. He poured vodka and milk into a juicer. Then he opened a box containing a mysterious liquid, and then he poured the mystery liquid into it. After flipping the switch, he laughed evilly at the well-mixed drink in the juicer. Then Sherry served the carefully prepared drink to his buddy. Even Sherry himself didn't know how he made it. They all agreed that it was delicious. The next day, their final challenge was finally here. Only Sherry, Bob and Bender made it to the finals. Their families were there to cheer them on. Then Bob announced the rules for the final challenge. It was to be a real battle on a set field. Then they all put on their bulletproof vests and helmets. And then they headed for the grassy knoll with the arrows on it. They had to eliminate each other with only 6 arrows. Soon they were off to the races. The well-equipped men lowered their bodies, looking for their opponent's position. The cheering section outside the arena began to shout. Bob raised his hand in response to his wife's encouragement. He was shot through the palm of his hand with a bow and arrow. He couldn't believe he'd lost the first round. Only Sherry and Bender remained on the field. Bender took the opportunity to pull the bowstring, but Sherry dodged all the arrows, and the duel between the two men has entered the main part of the game. But Sherry couldn't wait and headed straight for the finish line. Bender realized it and pulled the bowstring again. Shirley, tripping over a rock, manages to avoid a fatal blow. Bender had run out of arrows. Shirley spotted it and aimed directly at Bender.
Sorry about all that stuff I said about you earlier, buddy.
But Bender did a miraculous maneuver. In reaction, Sherry dropped his bow and arrow and turned for the finish line. But Bender, who was coming after him, jumped on him. The two of them fought on the ground. Bender was then overthrown by Sherry. Sherry immediately drew a bow and arrow and tried to eliminate Bender immediately. Bender kicked him out of the ring. Bender then picked up the bow and arrow and stuck it in Sherry. And Bender climbed to the finish line to win the championship. And he got the $150,000 that belonged to the champion. This is the end of the movie. Although the game they played was too exaggerated, but it doesn't affect their friendship. Men's happiness is so simple.